in my Benz, real your life, and I ruin your life when I produce a license. Let's go. Coming through the door, hella fast, never slow. Got the cash and the pedal to the floor. Let's go. If you wanna ride, let me know. We can slide on the low. What you standing there for? Let's go. You can hate, cause I'm dipping with your mate. Out the gate, let's roll, let's bounce, let's skate. Let's go to the room. Let's go to the lick. Let's go. Your boyfriend ain't talking about shit. Let's go.
Yo, what the fuck is up? It's XZ Mike fucking Kansi here, and here we go at fucking Special Stage Route 5. Fucking brand new track. We never fucking raced here before. Here we fucking go under the lights. Fucking this looks sexy as shit. Night racing, you gotta love it. Saturday night, you gotta love it. Alright, here we go. Fucking big field tonight. Fucking sideways. Great God starting on the pole. Great God with a whole new fucking team, might I add, as he joins DMS. And fucking looks like he's beasting it because he started on the front row with him, and he's first with sideways right behind him. Gleason is in third. Fourth is King Best. Fifth is Mike Kansi, and Conway's moved up to sixth. Right now, as we watch fucking Great God and first, as fucking he's kind of just cruising right there. Fucking love that Loctite NSX as sideways is in second still. King moves up to third. Gleason is in fourth. Mike Kansi moves up into fifth. And Gleason gets loose out of nowhere. What the fuck? As now Kevin Conway moves up into fifth. And Gleason's going to drop all the way back to about eighth or ninth. Which is a big heartbreaker for him. That kind of sucks. But Kevin Conway was in the top five. But it looks like Ryan Mead has passed him for fifth. And Great God's still the leader, but Ingram and Team Dynasty looks like they have their work cut out as they're back in 12th and 13th. Not a good start, but new track. No one's really practiced here. No one really knows what to expect here, but I love the track. It's a nice track, I must admit. As fucking Great God's still the leader right now, beast moding it. Fucking Sideways is in second. King Bass is trying to catch up to them. And right now, the highest GTR in the race is Mike Kansi in fourth with that sexy Calsonic. As you see that fucking sexy thing coming down here. And I love this camera shot. This camera shot's badass. As Mead is in sixth. I'm going to watch everyone come through here. Seventh, Shag. Dragon is back in eighth, who did not qualify. So I know it's unheard of. Dragon did start in the back. And that's like, what? Like, huh? What? You know? That's kind of not right. But anyway, Great God, brand new edition DMS. This camera shot's badass too right here. Fucking Sideways in second still as we watch Great God coming into the final turn. This turn is fucking tricky as shit, as you see Zeus is trying to break Sideways draft with Sideways and King Best right behind him. See if he can break the draft or just keep it going here. As those NSXs are so quick here. Definitely a track built for them. As King is all over Sideways. King trying to highline, maybe trying to get around Sideways as you look at the lap times. And I'm going to guess Great God has the fastest. I really can't see it, but I would expect he is the fastest since he's the leader. And definitely beast mode right now. And if he's not, it's definitely King, because King's coming out of nowhere. As Great God comes into that little like corkscrew kind of turn right here. That fucking turn was so tricky. And then into the fast, sharp fucking left-hander, as it looks like King is giving Sideways a run for his money in second spot. As we come into the tunnel. This track has fucking everything. It has fucking a fast-ass straightaway. It has a fucking corkscrew. It has a fucking tunnel. This track is really nice. Nice addition to the GTRRL. Never raced here before, so everyone's kind of new, don't know what to expect in this 33-lap shootout. As Kansi's trying to hold on to fourth spot. Mead's back in fifth, trying to run down Kansi. Amp Irish has just took sixth away from Shag. Dragon moving up to seventh, as you see Amp Irish here on the straightaway. And there's Dragon right behind him, getting pushed by Shag. Panos right behind that. And Gleason, after that spin, he was in the top 3 or top 5, and then he got a little loose coming off the turn, and that pretty much fucked him. But hopefully Gleason can bounce back from that and get a nice solid finish here. As Ingram not having a good race here, but and Kevin Conway, who was up there. Kevin Conway was in 5th actually at one point in this race. What the hell happened to him? But he's all the way back in last, almost half a lap down. Not too sure what happened to him. As now Great God's trying to pull away from King, who took 2nd from Sideways. So it's now DMS is now 1 and 2. Sideways trying to hang on and catch back up to King here. But King's car is just so fast. Did you see King right there in 2nd spot? Trying to run down his new teammate. Sideways trying to hold on to him, not lose his drive, stick with King, and maybe catch up to Great God and have a nice little 3-car fuckfest for the lead. As you see how far Great God is from these two. And it looks like these three have fucking completely smoked the GTRs. As Mike Hansey and Shag and Mead are nowhere to be found. That awesome fucking camera view in this corkscrew. As here comes Mead and Kanzi. Amp Irish not that far behind them. Dragon not far behind Amp Irish. And then we got a nice little pack right there. Gleason right behind that. Ingram trying to catch up to them. And Team Dynasty trying to get something going here. Hopefully he can craft the top 10. And Kevin Conway is basically, I guess, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but I guess he's parked it. And he's called it a race already, 6 laps in. Not too sure why, not too sure what the fuck happened, but you gotta feel for him. Meanwhile, Great God trying to run away from King. As he comes into the tunnel here. Fucking... But that sexy Loctite NSX, that thing is just so sexy, dude. King right behind him. As we look at the times, I think Great God's going to have a faster lap. I'm not too sure. As King and Sideways are battling it right now for 2nd spot. And if you're trying to run fast lap times and catch someone driving side by side and passing back and forth, is not one thing you want to be doing. Especially here at such a short track and a fast track here. As King's trying to get back under Sideways for 2nd spot. It doesn't look like it's going to happen to a sharp left-hander. See if it can happen anywhere else. As Sideways pulls away a little bit, not by much. Coming into the final turn. Looks like Sideways is pulling away a little bit. Not by much over King, though. And it looks like King's going to get a nice little draft. Maybe get a run on the straightaway and pass Sideways going down into the 1st turn. As we watch King here to complete lap 7. And looks like King's not going to get a nice run, but he'll try to catch up. As we watch Great God here. As it looks like Great God does have the fastest lap out of everybody right now. 10 minutes in the race already. This shit's gonna go by fast. As we're already on lap 8. Great God trying to do what some people can't do. Lead the whole race. Start on the front row. Lead the whole race and win. See if he can do it here, as he just needs about 20 something laps to go. Maybe he can do it. That'd be great for DMS. New driver, new car, new team, and out of nowhere, Great God will get a win, or at least try to. As it looks like Sideways is pulling away from King, not by much, but just by enough. Coming into that fucking hard right hand fucking final turn, as there's Mike Kanzi, not that far behind King. But it looks like Kanzi's car just does not have the power like those NSX have. As Kanzi's trying to pull away from Ryan Mead back in 5th. And Kanzi's teammate back in 6th. As here's Mead coming into the tunnel turn right now. And there's Amp Irish with Dragon right behind him. Dragon's car also has a shitload of weight, but it looks like Dragon's going to go to the outside on Amp Irish, and it looks like Dragon's going to pass him. As now it's like a 5-car clusterfuck right there between Dragon, Amp Irish, Shag, Panos, and Gleason. So hopefully none of them wreck, none of them spin, and they have a nice little battle here for 5th, 6th spot. As we go on board with Gleason, the last car in this pack. He lost some time right there, but not too much, as it looks like Shag or Panos wanted to go under Amp Irish, but couldn't do it. But Shag did, and Shag now moves up into 7th. And coming into that fucking sharp-ass left-hand turn. Looked like fucking Amp Irish was going to get into the wall there for a second. Coming into the tunnel, Gleason's right there. As everyone's just kind of cruising along here. I love this camera shot. That's one of my favorite camera shots. Coming up to complete lap 9. It looks like Dragon and Shag pulled away from them. Meanwhile, up front, it's all Great God Zeus, as he's just cruising. Sideways looks like he pulled away from King. Ugh. Why do I always have to fucking yawn? But anyway, Sideways looked like he pulled away from King a little bit. King's just cruising the 3rd spot right now. King's got a really fast car. There's Mike Canty trying to get away from Ryan Mead. As Mead's trying to catch up to Canty. And Dragon's trying to catch up to the top 5 just to crack it. Dragon, I think, started back in last, maybe? So, for him to be up there. For Dragon to be in 6th spot on the 10th lap, that's pretty good. As we hauling ass. Amp Irish, something happened to Amp Irish. He went from 6th all the way back to 10th. So, I don't know if he got trained or just does not have the right car set up in that thing. But something's not right. And here comes Great God Zeus to complete lap 10. Lead every single lap. In the race so far. Meanwhile, among the top 5, nothing has changed. If anything, it looks like Great God is pulling away from everyone. As there goes Shag trying to catch up to Dragon. Actually, Shag passed Dragon. So now Shag's trying to lead the way to the top 5. With Dragon and Panos right behind him. As Dragon's just trying to... Looks like Dragon's going to pass Shag back, maybe? Or not Shag, that might be Panos. As Shag's still trying to pull away from everyone. Panos and Gleason trying to hang out right there. And it looks like something happened to Amp Irish yet again, as he fell from 10th to fucking 13th. Or 12th. I don't know what the hell is going on with Amp Irish, but something not right. As we watch here, Dragon trying to pull away and get back up there, as it looks like Great God's coming down pit road on lap 11. And let's see, Sideways stays out to take the lead. Sideways stays out. Looks like Mike Canty's going to stay out to take 2nd. Mead's going to stay out. Great God's in. King Best is in. Looks like Painless is going to stay out. Dragon might be pitting. As there's King in the pit. There's Shag in the pit. Dragon's coming down pit road. Gleason's coming down pit road. And Great God's going to come out now in 5th spot. And it looks like King's going to follow him out. Angram's going to stay out. It looks like Team Dynasty's going to stay out. Shag leaves. Dragon leaves. Gleason follows. So not too sure how everything's going to cycle through. And Amp Irish stays out. But right now, Sideways the leader, followed by Mike Canty And Sideways is drifting that final turn. Right there. Holy shit, nice drift. And Sideways is going to say fuck that and come down pit road on lap 12. And let's see, does Mike Cansey stay out or does he pit? Looks like Mike Cansey's going to come down pit road. Let's see, does anybody else stay out? Alright, so there goes Ryan Mead down the pit road. And Panos down pit road. Alright, so the top 4 have pitted. And looks like Great God's going to inherit the lead once he goes by here. As Sideways gets 4 fresh tires, Mike Cansey now takes the lead. As now Cansey comes into his pit. And Cansey's getting 4 fresh tires, but here comes Great God. Flying right past to reclaim the lead. As Sideways goes around Cansey. Cansey comes out of the pits in 3rd, but we're going to go on board with King right here because this was nuts. As I come out of it, did not see King coming, and bam! That was a way to get me up to speed, hell yeah! As now I settle for 4th, King goes around me for 3rd. And Shag's back in 7th. Only 1 car needs to pit, and that would be Ingram, who stayed out as he's back in 6th. But right now it's all Great God. With that stop and everything, he's opened his lead even bigger than what it was before. And we're going to jump to lap 25. As we jump 12 laps ahead, we're going to see if anything really changed. I don't think anything really has. Besides, Great God's still the leader. Sideways is still 2nd. Ryan Mead is now 3rd. Shag has moved up to 4th. King has fell back to 5th. Mike Cansey's in 6th. And 7th is Panos. Dragon's 8th. 9th is Amp Irish, who's trying to fight his way back. Gleason is now 10th. Ingram is 11th. Team Dynasty is 12th. And Kevin Conway is 13th. So now as we watch fucking King Best right here, trying to move. Trying to run up there as Mike Cansey right there in 6th, coming through the corkscrew. Panos not that far behind him, neither is Dragon. So as these guys trying to move up. And Irish trying to get back up there. I guess Irish spun something. I really don't know what happened to him. But here we're going to look at the lap times. As we see fucking Great God still the leader as he leads 25 laps here at Special Stage Route 5. Great fucking track. So, and in my book it looks like maybe right now the fastest lap is Great God. As it looks like it's gonna be Great God. Yeah, maybe. Not too sure on that. So, Great God could be the fastest car right now. I really wish I could fucking see it. Or I wish you could fucking highlight the name that, you know, is the fastest and slowest. Like, the green one, highlight it green, whoever's fastest, and highlight it red, whoever's slowest or some shit, you know? That'd be cool. But no. As Great God's coming into a sharp left-hand turn. And it looks like Great God fucking beast mode it. Great fucking start for a new team right here. As Great God never really drove an NSX before, always been driving that GTR. And it just looks like everything has clicked with this Loctite NSX. As Great God comes around to complete lap 26. Only about 6 or 7 laps to go. So he's got only 6 or 7 laps. And then can he hang on to it? Can he hang on? And can he lead every single lap from the beginning of the race? Started on the front row. Had definitely a fast car. And he's got to love his new team. That's all I got to say. He's got to love it. As Shag now moves up into 3rd. He passes his teammate Ryan Mead. And Mead falls back to 4th spot. King is still settling in 5th. As now we watch Ryan Mead here. King not that far behind him. As we watch Mead and Shag try to battle it out for that. Cansey not that far behind King, and Panos right behind Cansey. Dragon right behind Panos. So now as we watch Great God again come into the tunnel. Doesn't look like Sideways is catching Great God at all. I love this camera shot. That shot's fucking badass. As there goes sideways. And you saw the two cars behind sideways. That would be Team Dynasty and Ingram, who are both a lap down in 11th and 12th. Kevin Conway's parked somewhere on the track, and he's pretty much blown a cylinder or some shit, and he's pretty much done. As there goes Dragon. Gleason not that far behind them, but still a pretty nice distance. And there's Amp Irish trying to battle back. I don't know if he spun or whatever, but something happened to Amp Irish when he went from 6 to 12. And here's Great God to complete lap 28. Just hauling ass as we get a message from Team Dynasty. But Great God coming through that fast corkscrew into that sharp left-hander. And he's just trying to cruise. That's all he's trying to do, is just cruise and fucking dominate. Hell yeah. As he comes through the second little kind of chicane part right here after the little hill tunnel, I guess, fucking dip tunnel, whatever the fuck you want to call it, overpass, underpass. And now he comes around that final turn. Sideways is not that far behind him, actually. So if Great God does mess up or does wreck or fuck up bad, Sideways is right there. So this could race just between Sideways and Great God here. I don't know if Shag's that close. As there goes Sideways to complete lap 28. Get on lap 29. And if you look at the track map, the gap between Sideways and Shag is pretty distant. As there's Shag with King right behind him. King and Shag both passed Mead. And it looks like Panos has passed Kansi for 6. As there goes Panos on a little bit fresher tires than what Kansi has. And now they're going to set their sights on Mead and try to get up there. Here within the final 5 laps. As we watch Mead right here, who actually pitted before everybody else on the second sequence. So his tires aren't up to date with everybody's. As now we watch Shag trying to run down King. Well, King actually passed Shag to take 3rd spot away. See if Shag can fight back here. If not, I guess every dog has his day. Shag's trying to keep up with King. Oh, no. Shag hits the wall right there. What happened there? Oh, no. Shag's going to fall all the way back to 5th spot. Painless is right behind him. Mead moves up to 4th. And Kansi's right behind Painless. So the battle between 4th and all the way through 6 is pretty fucking close. And pretty tight. As it's all DHS and then one amped up motorsports car. But there goes Mead trying to hang on to 4th spot with those tires as bad as they are. Panos and Shag trying to keep going. Kansi's back in 7th. Dragon back in 8th. As there goes Ryan Mead trying to hang on. King's trying to catch up to Sideways. And there's Great God, who has a nice lead over Sideways. And as long as Great God not do what Shag just did, he should win this race. As Great God's coming to lead lap 30. 30 fucking laps led here at Special Stage Route 5. Fast fucking track. Let's see if he can hang on for just 3 more laps. Hopefully he can. That'd be a great start to his new team. And there's Sideways in 2nd trying to run down Great God. He's there, but he's going to need some help. And here's King trying to run down Sideways and Great God. And King has a fast car, so he might be able to pull something out of his ass here with just 2 laps to go. As now Panos goes around Shag for 5th spot. As they pass going into the first turn. Cleanly. Mike Kansi trying to catch up and get in that mix. As Dragon's right behind Kanzi, but he has a little bit of a gap, not too much. He's getting there. As now Great God just trying to hang on, coming to the second chicane. As the cameras try to follow him here, or try to find him. Had some trouble, new track. And Sideways right behind him. He's not that far, so this could be good here with 2 laps to go. And Sideways comes off that final turn. Full fucking speed. King's trying to catch up. Can he do it? Or is King going to have to settle for 3rd spot? As there goes Ryan Mead, Panos, and Shag. All DHS is right now in one big fucking clusterfuck right in front of Mike Hansey and right between 4th and 6th. So right now they're in the middle of the pack. Let's see if they can fucking keep it going or if they're all gonna wreck. As Panos goes low on Mead to take 4th spot going into the first turn, and Panos takes 4th away from his teammate Mead, and looks like he takes it cleanly. And Panos definitely has the fastest car out of these 3 right now. With 2 laps to go, Dragon's starting to catch up to Kanzi. But right now the talk is Great God and Sideways. Let's see if anything happened here. As Great God comes into the tunnel. Tunnel part 2. Okay. Now he goes to the second chicane with the all sexy camera view. Comes into the final turn. And just 1 more lap to go. As he's coming to take the white flag. And can Great God lead every single lap and win? As there goes Great God to take the white flag. Just 1 more time around. 1 more. He has enough gas. He has enough tire wear. See if he can do it here. No mistakes. As Sideways is hoping for him to make up. Or make it. Or mess up. And spin or something. But I don't think it's going to happen. As now King comes across the line in 3rd to take the white flag. It looks like King might have to settle for 3rd spot. As now Panos is starting to pull away from his teammates. And Panos trying to run down King. As there goes Shag with Mead right behind him. And it looks like Kanzi's going to go around Mead for 6th spot. As Kanzi goes up high and bounces off the wall. Mead's going to fight back. Meanwhile, back up front, it's all Great God coming out of that sharp left-hand turn. As Mead and Kanzi battle for 6th. Comes Great God into the second chicane with that awesome, sexy camera view right there. Coming into the final turn. Just 1 more turn. It looks like Great God's going to do it. Lead every single lap of the race from start to finish. And it looks like Great God, his first start for DMS. And he's going to win here. Big fucking break for Great God. Brand new team. Fastest car all race. And he comes to take the checkered flag. Looks like Sideways is going to get 2nd spot. King's going to have to settle for 3rd. And looks like Shag's going to round out the top 5. Kanzi has passed Mead for 6. Looks like King gave Sideways a little bump there at the end. But great race nonetheless. Great fucking first race at Special Stage Route 5 for GT500 Series and for the league. Fast fucking track. As you see the results, you see the penalties on the bottom and all that good shit. And next is up the here's the standings. So guys, it was a great fucking race. Great fucking yeah, great season so far. So we'll see you next week. Peace.